I want to talk about the A7V, man. The A7V just dropped yesterday. Dope camera. This gonna be my perspective. Talking from A7 IV user. We're gonna just get look at that beautiful view. Boom. We're gonna just get to the nitty gritty, man. So A7V, 32 megapixel, full frame, partially stacked camera. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of crazy. Yo, like it's. So my first impressions, I thought they was gonna definitely do like a 44 megapixel sensor. Like I thought this maybe was a little bit higher resolution, but I know they don't want to dig too deep into the R5, the R series. That's a resolution series, so I know they had to go for something a little less intimidating. But let's go to the next section. See, I can see beautiful views. As far as the sensor, it is partially stacked, so now you get a much faster readout. So A7 IV was a 33 megapixel non-stack sensor. Readout speed for video was 27 milliseconds, which is horrible. So now we got 14 milliseconds, which is basically close to what the FX30 is. I know the FX3 is like 9 milliseconds, and the FX30 was more so like in between. But yeah, look at this view. But yeah, damn, it was all messed up. I can't even go over there. But no. So now we got 14 milliseconds on the A7V. I think it's definitely a definitely needed upgrade. As far as the sensor, we got 30 frames per second electronic shutter. That's hard. I think that's a big welcome upgrade. And then we got 15 frames per second with the mechanical shutter. That's definitely cool. That's definitely gonna be something that a lot of people are gonna, I feel like, take advantage of. I mean, on the A7 IV, we had 10 frames per second on the photo side, but I think it was good enough. But it definitely is a little bit cooler now. We got a little bit more frames per second to work with. That's kind of hard. Yo, these leaves are crazy. And then so now we got the faster frames per second, and we also got electronic shooting. My bad. We got electronic pre-shooting for photos. I know a lot of sports photographers gonna love, just small things like that. Now, as far as the video specs, the video side of things and stuff like that, we still at 4K, unfortunately. But then we're gonna be at 4K for any type of regular hybrid camera. I don't expect to see no type of 6K or 8K, maybe until like the FX3 Mark II. FX3 Mark II, yeah, because I feel like that's gonna be like the revolutionary specs that they're gonna provide for that camera. Oh, I just found a good spot I want to sit down at. Come on, we're gonna make it over there. Even though, bro, it's so much leaves. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna still talk though. I can just turn it around. Yeah, just turn it around. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, this hard. Hold on, yeah, my bad. Hold on, wait. What was that? Hold on, wait. So, boom. Lighting on and off. Okay. Yeah. So, can you zoom in? Okay. Can you go wide angle? Oh, you can. Okay, cool. So, yeah. For the video specs, we got us to. Oh, that's too far. I'm gonna do it like that. These videos are deep. Video specs, we got 4K 60 full frame, no crop, which is crazy. Finally, we got something that should have been in the cameras or standard maybe 4 years ago, 3 years ago. So we finally caught up. It is what it is, but we appreciate it. Damn, it's so far away. It's so hard to get over there. As far as other video, we got 4K, no overheating. They claim that there is no overheating. I don't know how true that is. Jordan done did his reviews. A few different YouTubers did their reviews on it. Nobody really had the camera that long, so they still can't say for sure. We're gonna just sit down here. But yeah, they're saying no overheating. I think they tested all the different codecs, like 4K, 60, 24. Not the codec, but they tested all the different frames per second. And even the 4K 60 can get up to like 2 hours or something like that. It's crazy. Sounds cool. I mean, no, an hour and some change. I think the battery life actually lasts about 2 hours or so. It seemed like a pretty good, you know what I'm saying, pretty good change. That's with it. And I think they finally went in the right direction when it comes to showing love to the proper camera. And the A7IV was just something that I know this holds back. Even FX2, honestly, the specs on the A7V is definitely, for sure, 100% sure. That's what they could have put on that FX2. We all know this, but we're not saying this. My impressions, like what's cool to me, like what's interesting to me. I don't know. I like the fact that they got. Wait, can I zoom in with this? Can I go wide? No. Okay. I do like the fact that they got the two Type-C cables. So now one is for like power delivery, and the one is like high-speed transfer and stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Now it has the AI chip. The R5, it got the AI chip for autofocusing. It got it got the auto reframing, things like that. Like cool things that's welcome. I want y'all to see the view. This is nice. We'll just talk like this. Auto reframing and things like that. It definitely one thing I feel like it definitely should have was the SD card slot thingy. So unfortunately, it still has two one CF Express Type B, I think, or Type A, and the two SD cards, which I'm not nobody really a big fan of, but I mean, you can't really complain. I mean, it's not a hybrid camera. It's still it's not a cinema camera. It's still a hybrid camera. So it's just things like that. You can't really expect too much from them to drop on the camera like that. So, yeah, it's not bad, but it could be better. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I get an A7V from a person coming from the A7IV. I get an A7V, a review of, I'll say 8 out of 10 for me. I got a video, me and my boy made a video talking about the A7V coming out soon, for tomorrow. But coming from the A7IV, like, is it a worthy upgrade? I'm gonna say it's like a 7 out of 10 upgrade. Now, coming straight, like, just like that camera overall by itself, without any other stuff, like just think about nothing else. A7V, that camera's like 8 out of 10. Now, granted, you do got cameras like the Lumix S5 2X and all that, and the Lumix S1R, crazy hybrid cameras, and then recent like the Canon R6 Mark III, crazy 7K, open gate. It blows the A7V the water. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of mad, but Sony, and I know they're gonna do the FX3 too, so I know they waiting to hit Canon where it hurts. So we just gotta see how it plays out, man. That's it. Yeah. Overall thoughts though, good camera, good solid camera. You got the flip out screen now, pretty cool. The R5 is basically R5 with a few little cool specs, but overall it's a update. That's a simple video. He wanted to capture this area too, I'm gonna lie, because I know I won't be here for too much longer. So yeah, man, the camera world is crazy now. It's all types of crazy stuff. Everything is basically we there's no need for nothing to go. We got everything we need. We just gotta make it work and make it look good. That's it. PC3. Now they have to spit some facts. Let y'all know how y'all feel. People might not even watch this, but who cares? I'm out there. Yeah.